Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Amelia. Okay, thank you so much for putting up with the terrible camera angle in the last reading. When I watched it back, I thought, that's not ideal. You can't see half a card, but at the same time, I felt that the message was valid and important, so I chose to leave it up. But thank you for bearing with me. Okay, so today's message is anything that's hidden from you in your connection, anything you don't know that you should know. And I always like to emphasize at the beginning of this reading that I do every Friday that it doesn't have to be something sinister. It's not going to be something always that your person is deliberately keeping from you. It could, for example, be something that's going to manifest for you that spirit is able to share, but you're not aware of it yet in a 3D sense. So let's get into this. Spirit, please bring in the highest and best messages for my viewers. Please show us what you can about what it is they don't know and would benefit from knowing. What is it they don't know at this time, please, about their connection? So do have someone particular in mind so we can get a nice specific message. Okay, we have a Queen of Swords here. So we could be talking about a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, whether it's you or your person. We have the Five of Pentacles. I think we had the Queen of Swords in the last reading as well. We've got the Three of Wands. The Eight of Swords reversed. So I'm already seeing lots of manifesting going on, a very active inner mind. So this could be you or your person. And I think, this might be a continuation of the message we had on Wednesday. So if you didn't look at that, there might be an extra message in there for you. But it seems that you and your person are in separation. It could be because for some of you, you cut them off. I mean, she's literally cutting him out, cutting the stem of the rose. And she's quite sort of, I wouldn't even say she's happy. She does look gleeful, but she also looks a bit sort of wild, wild in her eye, as if she's been pushed to a limit. So maybe you had to push your person away. Maybe you felt like they've pushed you away. But I am seeing a feeling of lack, a feeling of poverty, not just in terms of money, but, lacking communication or emotion or affection, that kind of a thing. It gets more positive here, however, because we're looking at, like I said, an energy of manifestation, finally seeing a return on your investment. And with the Eight of Swords reversed, this is about realizing, first and foremost, in your mind or in their mind, that this idea of being trapped, of being stuck, it was a perception. It's not reality. So let's see where we're going with this. The World in reverse. Okay, something is about to close, which is very exciting because you're about to go into a brand new cycle. So I'm keen to come back and see what cycle you're going into. Good, so we're moving from a Five of Pentacles. Like I said, it's lack, feeling like you don't have enough, feeling like you're not being recognized. Straight into an energy of being recognized by many people, being admired. You can see how all of these women are outside looking through the window and they're amazed at how clean this kitchen is. So if we relate this to sort of real life experiences, people could be looking at you and thinking, how is it that you're managing to do so much and to do this all so well? How are you keeping everything ticking over? What's your secret? Here, the secret is magic. That's what people are wondering. They might be looking at you and thinking, it must be magic. How are you, how is he or she, managing to do so much and to do it all so well? Now, behind closed doors, you might actually be feeling this way. You might not be feeling very successful. Again, if this isn't you, it could be your person. But this is a cycle that's ending, this feeling of, I can't do this, I don't have enough, I'm not being recognized, let me maybe create some kind of, what's the word? Like a child having a tantrum just to get attention. And I'm saying that because if you look here, the plates are dropping to the ground, but she's holding them and she's also peeking as well. It's like she knows she's deliberately dropping them and that's going to get her some attention. So you might have felt that your person has been playing up, doing things that upset you, not knowing why. It seems to me they might be doing it to try and get your attention, especially if you follow the storyline of having actually cut them out. or maybe you needed to pull away for a bit. They're trying to get your attention. They're trying to get you to notice them. I think it's Soulful Revolution, her channel on YouTube. She reads tarot as well, who says something like, children would rather be, what is it, praised than ignored, or like told off instead of, what is it? No, they'd rather be praised than chastised, but then they would rather be told off than ignored. Do you know? Oh my God. I really messed that up, but you know what I mean. Basically, your person would rather that you're giving them negative attention than just not giving them any at all. Okay, do go and have a look at her channel if you haven't, because she has some good stuff on there, especially about twin flames, and also she will, I'm sure, say that much more elegantly and eloquently than I did. Okay, so can we have one more, please, Spirit? Okay, yeah, we have a new beginning. On the back, oh, we've crashed, hold on. Okay, on the back we have the Eight of Cups. So somebody pulled away, I feel, emotionally more than anything else, possibly because of a third party situation. And again, a third party doesn't have to be a person. It could be an energy, it could be a pet, it could be their concerns about their home. You know, anything really that's taking up a lot of your person's time can be a third party. Okay, so we're in a period of transition now. A couple of things are going on. See what resonates for you, because this is a general reading, so it probably won't all resonate. And if you have any doubt, if you feel like you're having to force a message, just don't take it, is what I would say. Okay, so the first message that I see quite clearly, as I said, people are recognizing you, and if they're not already, they're going to be very soon. And we're talking about a matter of days, a week at the most. And they're going to be wondering how it is that you keep everything looking so effortless, that you're doing so much and you're doing it so well. Whereas on the inside, you might feel as though it's the opposite, but you're doing a very good job of convincing people that everything is wonderful. If that's not you and that's not your situation, it could be that your person is doing things, as I said, deliberately being, I want to say the word naughty, sort of like, I keep getting the image of a naughty child. They're doing things that they know they're not supposed to do because they know it's going to get them attention, even if it's to be told off, because they would rather that than to be ignored and feel like no one cares about them, especially if you cut your person out. Now, you might not know that your person is manifesting you. They are bringing you back in. Why? Because all along they have felt this Two of Cups soulmate connection with you, whether they've made it seem that way or not. That is how they felt. And they've been thinking a lot recently about the fact that really, if they want to keep you, if they want this connection to go somewhere and to continue, they need to put some effort in. You know, they need to do something about it, to give some time, some attention, to invest in some way. So they're starting to realize, okay, maybe I can do this. Maybe I'm not as trapped as I thought. But this new beginning isn't quite here yet. So why isn't it here? Because the old cycle hasn't completely ended. The World is the last card in the tarot deck, and the Fool is the first. So you can see, you know, you can literally see, as I said, how a cycle is ending and you're both about to go into a new cycle. So let's get into this and clarify. First, I want to look at the World and see what it is that's trying to end. When we get the World, you know, you've been through every single major arcana in the deck. So it has not been an easy, simple journey. It has been positive, it has been negative, it has been difficult, it's been enjoyable. There have been lessons that have been learnt. And the reward that's coming in is everything that you've both been manifesting and this new beginning. So let's clarify the World, the Three of Wands, and the Fool as well. Okay, so Spirit, please tell us more about the World. We have the Queen of Wands. Okay, if you felt like you were a third party, you may have said, I'm off, you know, I'm not putting up with that anymore. Tell me more about the World, please. The Emperor in reverse. We have lots of Aries energy here with the Emperor, the Fool, and the Queen of Wands. And we have the Eight of Swords reversed. On the back, the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, I think many of you might have said, you know, I know you, as in saying to your person, I know that you find me attractive. I know that you're passionate about me. But the thing is, you do things that don't really seem or make it seem that you're in very high vibration. And on top of that, I'm looking for some sort of commitment. And underneath, we have the King of Pentacles. I'm looking for someone stable, mature, reliable. I'm looking to build something here. And you're not really coming forward as that kind of person at this time. So, you know, for my highest and best good, and for yours as well, so you can go away and learn your lessons here, your life lessons, I'm going to have to cut you loose. But of course, it's not as simple as just saying, I'm cutting you off, goodbye, because there's still an energetic, emotional connection. So what was required of your person to choose a new path, to leave that third energy person situation behind? And I think they were probably taking a really long time about it. And you may have just said, I've waited enough. I have to put myself first. Okay, so that's what's ending. Let's have a look at this Three of Wands. What is it that's coming in? Spirit, please show us what's coming in for this connection that my viewers can know about. Okay. The Nine of Wands reversed. No more struggle. The Page of Cups, a message, an apology. This is a message you get. I like to think of it like a Shakespeare play. Pages seem insignificant, but they really help to move the plot along. They appear out of nowhere, and that's how this message, the Page of Cups, comes in. It appears out of nowhere. Suddenly you see a notification on your phone and it's your person. They might be saying something insignificant, but this message, this action is going to move your story forward in a big way. And they seem to be a bit sheepish as well. You know, I think they know why you walked away, and they're kind of nervous about how you might receive them. So what else is coming in, please, for my viewer? The Tower in reverse. Yeah, why is it that they're coming in now? Like I said, they know that this connection is still here, but it needs attention. It needs some love, some time, some care, and some kind of offer of a commitment, whatever that commitment is. And they feel that they are one step away from completely losing you and this. Okay, so before we go, let's have a look at the Fool. Why is this new beginning delayed? We have the Three of Coins, the Two of Swords reversed. I feel that your person is working on something, actually, in a very practical sense. It could be an offer for you. The King of Cups, you could be dealing with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. They're possibly working on becoming very emotionally stable so that they can be you know, someone that you could commit to, someone you could build a home, a life with. See how we go from a page to a king? Yeah, I think this is someone who either in general, might be quite emotionally young, or with specific regard to this connection, there's something about this connection that makes them behave in an immature, inexperienced way. And that has that has led to the downfall of maybe of them. That might be how they're seeing this, or of your connection so far. If you've pulled back, that's how they're seeing this, as a downfall. So they're coming in to repair. So this is what's coming in for you, this Page of Cups, this message. It will seem insignificant, or not insignificant, but it will seem small, it will seem harmless. But it's not. It's going to be very important in moving your story forward. And remember, we get the World. So some kind of phase is ending that you will not be going back to. Something new is coming in. And behind this page really is the weight of the King of Cups. So don't be fooled. Don't think that, you know, don't let them make you think that they haven't been thinking about you, or they're not taking this seriously. Because they are. This is why they're coming in. Such fear that this is about to end forever. Okay, so I'm going to leave it here. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to book a reading with me, to listen to my free meditations, to connect on Twitter, or any of those things, all of the links are in the description box below. Take care, have a lovely weekend, and I'll see you again on Monday. And on Monday, we'll do a general check-in with your person to see where they're at, what they're thinking about you and your connection, how they feel, what's going on in their lives at this time, and that sort of thing. Okay, bye.